John Deere 4730. We have the Y-drop system. We've got some of them mounted, and we were going to go ahead and do a little video for the installation process. If you can see up here, there's two brackets that hold on this 39-inch bar here. The brackets have U-bolts, and the U-bolts are side specific, so don't just go to throwing U-bolts on, because the back side's bigger than the front. And when you start mounting this system, really the first thing to do is to kind of mark where you're going to put the braces here, because you might have a T that's in the way like there, or you might have something that's in the way, an obstacle, like the wet boom bracket here that might be in the way. So suggest you mark them and then get those put on, so then you can see what you've got. After you mark them, put them on, put your 39-inch tube in, then go ahead and mount this bar that runs parallel. It's got connections right here, two screws, and you're going to have a couple of them. On this John Deere here, you're only going to have to make one cut. You do have the option, I don't know, we put ours here. Some guys suggest putting it right beside this one in the middle. We didn't want to have to drill a secondary hole, so we just put it on the end. It'll work just fine. Here is the bracket that is for the center section. It's got these two guys, carriage bolts on each end, and it's pretty self-explanatory in the owner's in the install manual. As you can tell, we got all the breakaways put on here. What I would suggest doing first is measure where you're going to put your braces, install those, then go ahead and put your Y-drop mounting bar here, and then while you're doing that, have someone go ahead and start putting the orifices or nozzles in. And we're going to put these on, the drag hoses, we put those on at the end, but you can do it whenever. This riser here, you actually need to put the riser on first, get it pinned in, and then put your shield on. If you do it the other way, you'll be taking them back off. These right here, where the Y-drop mounts to, where it mounts to the breakaway, you can actually go ahead and put these U-bolts on. Don't tighten them up, because you're going to tighten your breakaway on first, and then you'll put this on, tighten it. It just saves you a little bit of time, and someone else can be doing that. This is really a two-person job. It takes 5 or 6 hours. It's just a lot of parts. It's not that hard. One thing I would suggest is, if you're on 15-inch spacing, start here in the middle with that nozzle, and then skip one, place your bracket, and so on and so forth. We're going to fold it up here in a minute. I probably won't show that in the video, but we're going to fold it up, make sure it doesn't hit anything. It shouldn't. We looked at the cradle, we should be good to go. But always make sure you fold it up, make sure nothing hits, and it's a pretty simple process. But make sure you thumb through the instructions. You're going to have to drill 2 holes in the boom, and one goes right here. It's your second brace out, and you have to do it on each side. There's a plate right there. You'll need a 1/2-inch socket. You'll need an extension. You'll need a 9/16, and to do the wet boom, because the wet boom has 2 spacers right there that you have to mount, and they go in a certain position, so make sure you always look at that. But those will be swapped out. The originals are 15 millimeter. We go back to 1/2-inch stainless. I think that's probably about it. It's kind of short, and it's the short and sweet version because everything else takes time. You know, make sure you tighten your set screws. Every brace has 2 of them. Tighten your set screws up. Tighten the screw here on the end up so nothing slides out or rattles as you're going across the field. And that should be about it.